Mozambique is currently embroiled in a wave of violence that has resulted in up to 90 deaths and thousands more injured during protests that have swept across the nation. The riots erupted in major cities such as Maputo, Nampula and Zambezia amid allegations of electoral fraud after the 9th October presidential election, in which the ruling Frelimo party's candidate Daniel Chapo was declared the winner. Frustration boiled over into street violence, reportedly incited by opposition Renamo leader Venancio Mondlane, who was defeated in the elections and is now calling for the continued mobilization of national protests. Here's the situation in Maputo.
The situation in Mozambique has deteriorated over time. At least 90 people have been killed in the South African nation amid clashes between anti-government protesters and security forces sparked by October's disputed presidential elections. Unrest has rocked the nation since an October 9 polls, which was won by the ruling Frelimo party in power since 1975, but denounced as fraudulent by opposition parties. A fresh wave of protests turned deadly, with police confirming at least 5 people killed and 3 others wounded. Tensions flared as police and protesters clashed in the Mozambican capital of Maputo, with demonstrators saying the clashes have turned deadly amid use of live bullets by security forces.
This is a real bullet. I got shot 3 times. One shot is here, another on here, and another one on my buttocks. You see, can you see it? They shot 3 times. Where are we? We are fighting for them as well. They even have a bad salary.
Mozambique is our country. No one is going to frighten us. This country belongs to us. We are Mozambicans and we have our rights. The whole country has the right to protest. Why we can't protest in our own country? This is our country and always will be.
Rights groups have accused police of killing dozens of people in post-election protests after the authorities said Frelimo's Daniel Chapo got 71% of the vote, far more than Mondlane's 20%. Fresh anti-government protests erupted amid an outcry after a police vehicle mowed down a woman at a demonstration in the capital for Venancio Mondlane, the opposition leader disputing October elections. The economy is also wobbling. A long queue of trucks formed as protesters gathered in the Mozambican border town of Ressano Garcia amid ongoing tensions after last month's disputed election. Neighboring South Africa closed the border on its side of Ressano Garcia in the wake of the unrest in Mozambique.
This demonstration that we are taking part in is to call attention. We are closing the border. We are doing everything we can to call attention to the state, to call attention to everyone, so that everyone can see what is happening.
Banging on pots and pans as part of protests have become a common sight in the country's capital. Most residents are angry at the disputed election results and police brutality during the various demonstrations. President Philip Nyusi is expected to step down at the end of a 2-term limit in January and hand over to the Frelimo party's victorious candidate, Daniel Chapo. Popular among young voters, Mondlane, a 50-year-old former radio presenter, was until June part of the long-standing opposition party Renamo. He then joined the optimistic Party for the Development of Mozambique. Africa Bureau, WION, World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.